All right. It is that fucking time again, Reaper Legions and 13 Witches fans. Man, we've got just an amazing show for you today. Kind of at a different time. We normally do it around 8 o'clock, but we wanted to make sure that we could accommodate all guests where no matter where they are in the world. And we didn't exactly, want them to fall asleep during the interview because it would be like 3 a.m. Over in Sweden. So
I'm not that young anymore, guys.
no, trust me, I feel it every day. But yes, our guest today, actually two guests, brought my brother up from another mother, Genghis, to join with this interview because, man, we've got a fucking treat for you.
Yeah, we do.
It is the puppet master from the awesome band Priest.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for joining us, brother. We really appreciate that. Just to let all fans know that you are more than welcome to ask questions. Keep it nice.
Right.
Okay.
Nothing stupid. Otherwise,
Always nice.
there you go.
Guys, thank you for inviting me. It's
Oh, man, we jumped at the chance.
Absolutely. This is huge.
To finally meet you guys,
Oh, it is a fucking pleasure for sure, brother. Man, we've been wanting to get you on the show forever, and I'm glad we were able to make this happen. Genghis there, wrote an amazing review. I think it was your last album?
No, it was their single that came out a couple months ago, A Signal in the Noise.
Signal in the Noise.
Yes.
Yes. And from there, it was just like, man, we've got to see if he'd be interested,
Cool.
Big fans of what you do, brother. Most definitely. You guys are killing it.
Thank you.
So let's just kind of get down to it. So your first album came out in 2017?
That's correct. In November 2017. Yes.
Okay. So what kind of gave you the idea behind Priest? What was like your main focus or goal for starting this project?
It was it's a long story, but to make it short, it was like I was in another masked band, and getting out of that was kind of depressing. So I wanted to continue the theatrics, but you can't start another rock band because that would be. So I had a long time dream of starting a synth pop band ish, and so I combined those two ideas, and then just created this. Also, it wasn't meant to be so but I was rehearsing with another band called the Spagurics in Linköping right after the breakup with Ghost. And when I checked out a book with the Spagurics, what that meant, it was all the alchemists. And I bought a book, opened up a page, then I saw the direct, connection with the 4 elements and with the Tria Prima that we use in Priest. It just fell into my lap without me thinking about it that much. And then I just, okay, somebody wants me to do this. I'm not just deciding myself. I just did it. And then I collected a couple of good friends and we started the project. And then some other changes happened, but that's on the road we are right now.
And I got to tell you, man, the theatrics that you got going on are so on point with the music that you're doing as well. So, it's just all around badass. It's not like just listening to an awesome band. It's like you're getting a fucking experience. For sure. So now we'll go ahead and just backtrack just a little bit. So what was it like transitioning from Ghost, which, pretty much is a household name, to Priest? Was it kind of like you're just hoping that people may dig it, or was it a kind of an easy process of transitioning and starting this new project?
I think before we unleashed Priest, it was a lot of anxiety involved. It was like sleepless nights, in sweating in fetus position. will this work, or are we making fools of ourselves right now?
That's how I feel every time I join a new band too. So don't feel bad.
It's like, but then the other question comes: what shall we otherwise do?
Mhm.
Shall we just get back to our day jobs and just live our regular lives, which we do as well? Of course, we have regular day jobs as well.
We
But it's
suffer
like,
for our art every day.
yeah,
That's so true.
that's the truth about it. It's no illusions here. But it was hard. But then when we decided to unleash it and show it to the world, we had a great response. So that was very encouraging, and then yeah, it was worth every bit of a little
Anguish,
per-
agony,
per-
torture.
yeah, birth anxiousness or whatever you call it. But leaving Ghost, or leaving, I got fired from Ghost. It was not very easy because my friends and also family members was in the band, continuing in the band, and a lot of mutual friends were hanging out. So it's, for me, it was, should I be bitter, or should I, so I had to like go to some therapy for that, like half a year or something. But it worked out fine, and then basically what I came up with within those sessions was like, okay, it's all right to feel what you feel about it.
Right.
Mhm.
It's not just getting fired from a band. You can come over that, but all the other stuff that came along with it, and also the success, like skyrocketing, and you standing there, oh, what shall I do? I'm nothing. It gets you somewhere. So I tried to do some other musical stuff before then, but that was just some kind of therapy, I think. But then just stored in my mind, and then we started to create this project, and also learn what you learn to being in a big band, also with theatrics and stuff. Then what can you just try to collect? What did I learn? What was the pitfalls? What was the mistakes maybe you could do in the beginning, and just try not to do the same mistakes. It's easy to say now because you see some,
Oh man, I mean,
you know,
being on tour with Ghost, I mean, you probably learned every in and out of
yeah,
the business. So
yeah,
that it's like, if you are to continue on, doing something, it's like, oh, I know what not to do, and try not to like make a jackass out of ourselves,
so
all
that's
the way
what
to the marketing. So
yeah. So I think Ghost broke the ice for me to
mhm.
be able to do something like this. I've always been like a comic book nerd, and so, and when you could combine your musical interest with having a mask on and feel like you can't be a superhero for real, maybe soon with technology and stuff, but the closest you can get is like a rock star or something. I don't.
Mhm.
So combining those two elements in a band was a revelation for me, and I just didn't want it to quit for me.
Mhm.
I just wanted it to continue. So, and then I could have my love for electronic music going into another project instead, and that yeah, felt good.
Oh, for sure, man. And we are so glad that you didn't, stop dead in your tracks, because now,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
you've given your fans and the world something so much cooler, new, and everybody can get with it, man.
Absolutely.
So I
Thank
just
you.
wanted to take a quick moment to thank all of you Reaper Legions out there that are watching right now. Thank you for tuning in. Fans, just to let you know, if you have questions for the Puppet Master of Priest, please don't be afraid to ask.
Just
Share
do
this
that.
shit out every fucking
Mm.
place that you can possibly get your hands on, please.
And to
All
answer
right.
your question in the comments, this will be re-uploaded. It'll be available whenever you want to watch it.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
yes, it does
You're
get
awesome.
cataloged and logged, and you'll be
Mhm.
able to revisit it, share it. Obviously, if you're not here now, it's live, but you'll still be able to catch the whole thing. So,
Cool.
and that's what we're all about here at Reapers Underground. So, I think we'll take a quick commercial break before we get into the guts of Priest. And who do we got, Genghis?
Check out this word from our sponsor at Dezea's Creep Shop.
Creepy. That's right. Custom horror handmade collectibles. If you are a classic horror fan to a new horror fan, man, Dezea's Creep Shop has got something for you. Anything from t-shirt apparel to obviously those creepy ass fucking dolls that you saw at the end. She hand makes them. They are phenomenal. Go to Dezea's Creep Shop at Etsy.com.
Yeah.
And again, if you are just joining us, we are with the incomparable puppet master of Priest.
Yeah.
So getting into it, let's kind of like discuss a little bit, from the first record, just a little bit, as far as like the concept. Like, how did you come up with your current, theatrical appearance and stuff?
It was a trial and error, actually. It was to be masked was an idea, but how should we look? And not to look too similar to another band. So
Right.
we
Right.
checked out many things. There was also discussions, should we look like people, like characters from Street Fighter 2, or should we look like
That's awesome.
But then I lived in Berlin 2011, and I went to some clubs and stuff there, and I think the darkness in some of the dungeons, very nice people, but the imagery can be pretty dark. And then I went into some of those sites and just ordered a couple of masks, and we tried them out, and then we modified them a bit, and then I think we had a concept. I also love the movie Eraserhead, the David Lynch movie, which he combined.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
We love our avant-garde psycho thrillers, that's for sure.
Exactly. So having like nice button-up shirts with costumes, and then have a monster heads on it.
Oh yeah.
We went for that, So it's and then Priest. It was like, okay, should we use the Priest color or not? Are we really, or should? And then okay, we do it. Okay, we try it. But
sure.
but it's I think the concept were put together by itself. We were just mere like try to connect with something, and then it felt very natural when it came together. And then when you see it, it felt like, okay, now we got it. And you can also see the heritage from like old Scandinavian mythology with
Oh
one
yes.
eye and the raven
Right.
beast.
Yes.
And,
I really kind of caught on to that.
yeah, so we got some blend of certain things in there, which I think got a strong visual image that we could present without feeling embarrassed about it. So, and I think it's key to not feel embarrassed about it. If you get to the point where you're not feeling embarrassed about it, then okay, you can green light it, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Don't worry, man. You're amongst two Vikings right here. So
Oh,
I got my hammer. Genghis got
great,
his hammer.
great. Hammer of
Yeah.
Thor.
Yes, we go way back.
Oh, yeah.
Way back like Cadillacs.
That's great, man.
So, quick fan question: what was the most difficult part of starting up Priest? And then also, can we have an estimate of when the album will be released, or is the vinyl distribution delay still too murky to tell?
I can answer those both questions in order. The most difficult part of creating Priest was to get really dive into the technology that it takes to have a synth pop band. You have the old saying that it's only to push a button or something. It's not.
No,
It's
no, it isn't. It's hours of work.
it's a lot of programming and wrap your head up around new gear and synths and how they work and what everything. I had some knowledge, of course, before, but
Mhm.
and
For
really
sure.
getting into it and connect everything with, and also have to set up the live equipment. It was both a nightmare because we had a lot of breakdowns in the beginning. That
Mhm.
okay, this doesn't work. Oh, it's because the currency doesn't the sound card doesn't get enough energy because we use this port on the computer, so that turns off the bass track. Or, so we did a
Yes,
show in Poland without bass tracks. You know, we
for
only
sure.
have drums, pads, synthesizers,
Mhm.
vocal, no bass. It was so after that show, another band called And One came to us, like opened up our dressing room door with a bottle of whiskey and said, like, "You guys might need this one, right?"
Oh, for sure.
So it was
It's tricky as fuck with electronics, man. It
yeah,
just really is.
but now the singer in And One, he put me to the wall and said, like, "How many channels do you use?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, we're using about 18 channels." And he just shook his head. He's like,
Oh
Holy
shit!
shit!
"You know how
God
many
damn.
channels we
What are you
use?"
using tonight? A
Yeah,
robot.
yeah, exactly. But I just okay because every rock band use a lot of channels, right? But then it's told me like, you know how many channels we use? Okay, he probably won't forgive me for saying this right now, but you know how many channels we use? Uh, we use stereo out. I just, all right, that's how you do it. And it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, everybody's happy. The audience happy. We don't do mistakes. The promoters are happy. Everyone's fine. Why complicate it? And then I took that lesson. Then we just okay. Let's just rethink this. If you have the time, if and do a proper show, a big one, then you can have the luxury of having many channels and mix it and have a good front of house. If you just have a 15-minute changeover at a festival, just plug the stuff in and then do a great show. Anyways, you can do it, but have it pre-mixed in your own gear, and it's a lot of that stuff. Now I'm telling a lot of stuff you shouldn't tell, of course, but it's a
You give
different
away all the secrets.
it's a different way. Yeah, it's a different way of thinking, and that was the main part because it's playing in a rock band. The difficult part is to learn the stuff, and then you play together. But when you come to the show, you just plug it in, turn the volume, you have your gear, and
Mhm.
yeah, you just check the sounds levels. It's fine.
For
Just
sure.
you go up there and play it. But in an electronic environment, it's like, okay, does this work? Does this connect now? Is that cable okay? Is it connecting all right? Can we? So that was the difficult part. But concerning the album, we got and the vinyl pressing industry is crazy right now because everyone's gonna press vinyls, big artists. So the small pressing plants getting large orders for like pressing 100,000s of Taylor Swift vinyls or whatever. So, yeah, because everybody's going out now, you know. So
right on.
so we put in the order like in late September, and we got 20 weeks if we were lucky, and that would mean that we should have the album like 2-3 weeks ago or something.
Right.
Now we got new like okay, late May is where we're gonna get it, but that's not the end of it. When we get it, then the distributors take 6 to 8 weeks more to get it out in the stores worldwide.
Yeah, it took Black Tar Superstar like 4 months to get the vinyl. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and now it's even more ridiculous because now you gotta have the album, artwork, everything ready almost a year before release.
Oh, man, that just fucks everything up.
If you wanna release vinyls. So let's go back to CD, guys.
Well, that's the problem. Vinyl has made a hell of a resurgence in probably I'd say the last 10 years of the industry. So,
but
people just love it.
Yeah,
but it's expensive as fuck.
Of course, but the big record labels, the big companies like Universal or whatever, they shut down their own plants like 20 years ago because they didn't see a future in it. They like everything's going to be digital. And there's still forces in the big industries that saying,
which is killing the industry, by the way.
Yeah,
everything digital music is killing the industry.
Exactly, and they're saying like it's no future in the physical, you know. And now they, instead of like starting up, because how hard could it be to just have a faculty starting that up, put in a bunch of machines in there? It doesn't cost too much. It's like maybe $100,000, not even that each per machine. You can earn it in, you know, in half of that maybe. I don't know exactly, but how hard can it be just to set that up temporarily, you know?
Right.
Instead, they headhunting small pressing plants all over the place, like the smallest one in Czech Republic, here in Sweden, also get big orders from like main artists, you know, from the big. So it's so difficult now. It is. It's very we haven't seen this before, you know, never.
Absolutely.
Never.
Got one more question.
To answer the question, we think it's going to be out in June.
There you go out there in Three Witches Lands.
Yeah,
it's going to be about June. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of the beast. Let's see here. Vicky Lowe says, well, my question for the Puppet Master is for now is basically any news of the U.S. tour. We've been teased in comment sections and the Patreon Q&As for this fall. So is that still in the cards?
I know Vicky very well, actually. Yeah, but
awesome.
I can say yes, but I'm not allowed to tell all the details right now, but
always
it seems like we're maybe coming to the US and have a US tour in September, October.
Oh, that'd be badass.
That would be great. I hope so.
With another pretty, you know, great band from the US actually. So it's
okay.
We can't tell that much yet, but that's it's. I have a hunch that that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
and that's good. That's really good.
That's first time for us over the pond, so we can't wait. Basically, it's been too long.
Yes, definitely. And I'll tell you, you know, me and Black Tar Superstar, we're supposed to go to Canada, you know, because of the whole COVID thing. It's made everything so much harder to get into other areas where we have probably more fans than we do in the US. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, I totally feel that. And we definitely want to see you, you know, come to the US as soon as you can. That'd be just fucking sick as shit.
Yeah,
that's where the party is, right?
Yes, definitely. So let's talk about the sound a little bit. So you've kind of like told us that it's a little bit like synth pop. I swear I hear some industrial feels in some of your music, and I'm a huge like German industrial fan. So, you know, I absolutely love that about your sound.
Oh, thank you. Of course, you hear completely right. It's also like a difference, I think, how you in North America and in Europe choose to label the different sounds. It's industrial and goth. Goth here is like something else over, you know. So, but of course, but industrial we can definitely agree on. I say synth pop because here it's closer to what people call synth pop, but here I think synth pop is stretching a little darker than you maybe. I don't know. It's different in different places. So that's my to go when we say what we do. But of course, it's darker, industrial, and even a little gothic elements in there as well. So glad you like it, and we try to. It's not like we're trying to satisfy everyone. It's like I like all those genres as well. So I try to
definitely
have a mix of the genres which I like. I want it to be very dark sometimes, like really dark. But I also like a good pop song, which can be a little lighter. I like that as well. So I think it's why just cram it all in there, because we have an image that can take it. You know, The Cure, the band The Cure.
Yes.
His hairdo and his makeup makes them. They can do like 8 minutes really dark, you know, gothic songs, and also 3 minutes major scale pop melodies without being so strange, because they have it's like a glue. The image is like a glue that can put it together, and we try to make the same thing, that we try to get away with lighter stuff, but we can also present very dark stuff as well, and gonna go dark.
Well, we love the dark. We do. Very, very much so. The darker, the better, I always say.
Yeah. We're gonna go much darker than you heard of us before, you know. Yes.
Absolutely. That actually kind of rolls right into my next question about like where are you getting your inspiration for with your lyrics?
It's mostly like books and movies. And trying. I find good. I steal a lot from.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
But when you steal a good line, then you have to rhyme it with your own line, and then you try your best to make it, you know, not to be. You push yourself to come up to that level as well. So. Hopefully nobody will hear that, you know. But it's a long process for me. I always transcribe, like it can look like this. It's like I transcribe it, and then I and then I take this to the computer again and then rewrite it. So I rewrite the lyrics like many times and take stuff.
Thank goodness for Google.
I don't know what was this. Oh, this is probably. This we're not gonna use this song.
Oh man.
But
I feel it, man. You know, especially horror films, they're just or psychological thrillers, or you know, whatever you're into. Because you know, here at 13 Witches or 13 Witches, I fucking did it again. 3 Witches Entertainment. We love our horror. And that's how I've pretty much written. Yes. I got a little baby one. Most people confuse me with Anton LaVey. So, I mean, I am a token Satanist, so who cares? Anyway. Yes. But I mean, that's how I wrote the lyrics for the first single that Black Tar Superstar did that actually caught wind was Hail to the Succubus. And I wrote that after I watched the horror film. It's actually called Porno, but it's not about a porno film. It's about a film that captures, a succubus ritual as in summoning the succubus, and it ended up making like great material, and people just fucking love the fuck out of it. So I feel you on that. That's killer.
Yeah, it's as you said, it's like if you feel something when you watch it. I don't understand exactly people like have a barren mind, the writer's block, you can put on a movie, that you like, and then you can have something from that. Like now with this project, of course, I detour a little bit from the horror stuff, not as much, but to get in more to like sci-fi, or like cyberpunk stuff.
For sure.
Always get something. You can check out old like 80s anime cyberpunk stuff on YouTube, and get a lot of ideas there, and mix it up with, if you like good comic books like Alan Moore stuff. If you read like Swamp Thing, you get you can get so much just from that. It's you can
big time.
Yeah, Swamp Thing is like whoa. And if you transcribe
pretty out there.
If you transcribe that, like he's controlling the whole swamp with his mind or whatever, you can transcribe the swamp to anything. You can transcribe it to like, the internet or whatever, you can go in there. It's I have too much ideas. So it's just to like,
I've always liked the dichotomy of like nature really is, a living being, almost God archetype, something like that. So, I mean, for Swamp Thing, it's like he's so rooted literally in nature that he's able to like control that force.
It's
pretty wild stuff.
It's crazy, and it's so psychedelic as well. When
eat the mushrooms.
Yeah, his body, the fruits he takes out from his insides and give to the girl, like she's eating it, and like I see the swamp, the whole thing.
I can feel it in my bones.
In my blackened bones. Yeah. Okay, but it's you can always find great stuff in popular culture, and also
definitely
if you mix it with old school stuff like great, poets and stuff, you can you can find something in there, and then you can expand on it the best you can. I'm not trying to compare myself, but I use it as a catalyst to like try to do something. Yes, I'm not saying we're at the level as those, but I'm trying.
That's all we can do, brother. And apparently, I mean, it's very relatable material, to your fans, because I mean, shit, they're diehard. I've been looking like at all these comments coming down the way, and I'm just like, whoo wee. You are definitely doing something right, brother.
A shout out to all those who follows us and our fans out there. It's like we're so grateful for you guys following us, and it's amazing. Yeah.
Without them, we're nothing. We're just a bunch of assholes playing instruments.
That's true, man. That's
for
true.
Sure. There's one question here from LT. Would you call yourself spiritual in any way?
I think so.
That's the best answer, I swear.
Yeah, but it's
A loaded question.
it's you can get into anything, basically. Last I read a lot about the simulation theories and stuff, and then okay, we might as well be in a similar, it's easy to get into some kind of belief, but some it's too dull to just think we're just beings roaming this planet without any purpose, right? And because of that, that is a dull thought. Because of that, nobody could bear with that. Maybe when I say nobody, I can't bear with that. So you want to get something else, right? And what that is, I don't know. I don't really know, but it might as well just be like, okay, this is it. We're just here and just doing this. But that's not so bad. That's not so bad either. That can be a really, being in the now, just doing what you like and enjoy life. That could be the thing we're here for. Also. So.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes it seductive, sexy. There's like literally something for every type of listener, and that's another thing that Genghis knows.
Yeah.
I am very picky about my bands. It has to really grab me. Otherwise, I'm just like, okay, you sound like 7 other bands.
There's a lot of bands out there,
Yeah, there is. And they're all trying to copy each other, which sucks.
Yeah.
So, you guys are so fucking original. It's unbelievable.
Oh, thank you very much. I think it's if bands copying each other, I can think it's okay as long as the songs are good.
Exactly.
I
couldn't agree more with that. And 9 times out of 10, especially here in the US, it just the market gets flooded and they all sound the same. And it's just like, well, who the fuck stands out over every other person in that genre? And I hate labels. I really do, even though, myself, very rooted in the Doom community. Doom metal type stuff, which your country just has some of the best ever Doom metal that comes out of Sweden. Monolord and, fucking hell, just amazing musicians in Sweden. Why wasn't I born there? Fuck! Seriously.
Yeah, it's many people say that, and I can agree also, of course, but I think we had this socialist project, the music school. Everybody could learn their instruments since an early age for free, and
that's amazing.
That is amazing.
So for free ish means that we pay more tax, but then the money goes.
Well, yeah,
right,
and that it's not that anymore exactly. But in the 80s it was everybody would learn to play the recorder.
Yeah.
Everybody
taught it for 20 years.
Sit in a ring. You had to sit in a ring and play the recorder when you were like 10 years old. Then
but it teaches you melodicism, which is really cool.
Exactly. And then you could choose, if you wanted to choose another instrument. I choose the clarinetto, so I learned the clarinet when I was 8 to 12 or something. That was my first instrument. Then I made a transition to bass guitar and also stand-up bass. But and then it was on that route, and then just and there's many people in Sweden that are in my age, at least. It's have the same, and also the church, I must say, have say what you want, but there's some great
composers
coming out from there, and with the choir and also instrumentalists. I went to the same class as some Christian people, and
sure.
they were like, okay, all right, They didn't go. They didn't
Have
go.
nothing against
you know,
their writing ability whatsoever. Handle,
yeah,
Bach. I mean, there's just amazing musicianship there.
exactly.
And
Then you
we
can say
literally
what you want
can
about
learn
the
from that.
feeling and everything. They didn't went out to party because then they went to. But you can say the great the technical part is really great. Then I don't know all about the feeling of it might not be the same feeling you or I have about music, but I think those things made it that some people are very
Absolutely.
maybe good at music, but or have it since an early age at least, and on a advanced level. Yeah,
Definitely. So Jesse has a question for you. She says, do you have a favorite Priest song that you've written? Does one stand out for you? This could be like maybe performed or that you just written.
Yeah, I think one song which I wrote on the piano, like in one sitting, like 2 days after I was kicked from another band. It was a song called "History in Black," which I wrote on. I lived in a collective then, and I wrote it on the piano, right, just off the bat. It just flowed out of me. The fun thing about that song, it's like it was released 2.5 years later, because it was January 2015. I wrote it, and it was released in, I think, August 2017. And then everybody, oh, he's so mad at and I 2.5 years ago, I wrote it like 2 days after, but it was like a stream of
Well, sure. I mean, you're gonna have a fire up your crotch at some point. Shit,
yeah,
especially that early.
Yeah, but when it was released, I didn't care anymore. Of course, it was like, okay, this is old news for me. But I'm very proud of that song, and it doesn't need to be about that certain event. You can translate it into many events in your life, and for me, it have done that a couple of times after. Like, I can see the lyrics in that song and picture different parts of my life, and
for sure.
So it's I think that's and people seem to resonate with it, and so I'm very proud of that one.
Awesome. I have to agree with Darlene here. She says the new single "Techno Girl" is amazing. Your voice, and I have to say the same fucking thing. I was telling Genghis before you came on. I was like, dude, his voice melodically is fucking amazing. Who would have knew?
Exactly.
Just how good it was. Singers are hard to find, like really good singers. You know what I mean? You talk about some of the greats like Ronnie James Dio or even David Draymond from Disturbed, and it's like, man, your voice is just killer. We absolutely love it. Real quick before we get back into it, we got to cut to another commercial.
What's my role?
All right.
Which one's my running, bro?
What's that?
I'm like, which one you want me to run?
And I'm like, that's okay. So we're going to take a look at our amazing good friends and sponsor from Royal10Clothing.com in the UK. fucking right. Royal10clothing.com has some of the best awesome horror apparel designs out there today. Not just the Black Tar Superstar line, but I'm talking about anything from classic horror to custom horror designs that nobody else has. So please check them out at royal10clothing.com. This year, they have so many good things coming out, so please stay tuned with them. All right, we are back with the Puppet Master of Priest.
Great to be back.
There was something that came through. Let's see here. Yes. There's a comment from someone known as the Master who said, it wasn't actually written right. So let me try again. How did you choose the name Priest for your band? Like, why did you choose that?
Oh, that's a good story. That's a good question. And I think it's a good story. I don't know, but we were out in Berlin okay. I'm going to tell you the story. I'm going to tell you right now.
We love stories.
We do.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna get it out there. It's okay. So, I was living in Berlin 2011, and
Berlin.
And my a relative was in the band Ghost, and my friends were in the band Ghost, and I was not doing as much. I was selling T-shirts in Berlin, so it was okay. But then I had some friends over, and we partied a lot, and I think I got some, had too much of everything. So I came up with the band when I was totally wasted and said, I'm gonna have a band called Priest. And I think I did actually SMS the singer in the other band. Like, I think it was said just Priest, motherfucker.
Woo!
I love it.
That was back in 2011. It was 2011, and then after that they were playing in Stockholm, and I was like, okay. So I was led backstage then, and I said, sorry about that SMS. It was not. Nobody knew what that meant. I didn't know what that meant. It was just like a mental thing. I totally wasted. I had so much angst after that. Why did I
don't blame you 1,000%.
No, definitely.
I really don't.
But then it's ideas sprang out of that, actually sprouted out of that, actually, and then it's something, and now it's basically. It looks like when you look back at it, it's sometimes antagonistic stuff going on, like subconsciously. But now it went through a stage where it maybe was that for real, but now it's something completely different. But I think it's a strong name. It's one syllable.
Very much so.
And then, of course, nobody's taken it because Priest, you call another band Priest, but it's like not a synth pop band or like an industrial band. So it's I thought it was.
Don't know quite what to think.
It's a strong name. I like the name, and I think it's.
It's killer, brother.
It is.
So
I mean, it's like how your music goes with the name. I just love the dichotomy between the two.
It's
very fitting.
More to come, which probably will make more sense because it's a little around the beating around the burning bush or whatever. But it's gonna go more centralized in forthcoming albums.
Noise.
Sweet.
My brother Genghis, you got a couple of questions you want to ask?
I do have a question. How do you drink your coffee, if you drink coffee?
With a really good new kind of Finnish oat milk.
Hey, yeah, that's what I used to, brother. I'm all about it.
But
That is awesome.
I drink espresso. I have Italian genes, so I have to have my. It's you know it have to be good. The Swedish coffee ain't that good, you know. It had to be like a little better than that. You know?
For sure.
Absolutely.
Nice. Liquor of choice.
Red wine.
There we go.
But I like good Czech Pilsner beer as well. I'm
Okay.
a big fan of really good beers, of course. But nowadays, a glass of red wine will just do the job for me.
Peroni is the only beer, and I don't drink beer. I don't. But Peroni, though, which is Italian imported,
Yeah.
is the only beer that I'll drink.
It's a good one.
America doesn't know how to make beer for shit.
Yeah, I agree, and I love a Peroni to whatever dish that will be suitable for. But I think
Awesome.
America have some great, microbrewery beers, like or some kind of good. Of course, Coors Light and Budweiser or that stuff. It's but I think Lagunitas is quite good. It can be really great sometimes, or but good red wine. I love it all. I can drink it all.
She's so true right now.
Give it to me. No. But you have good whiskey and good bourbon over there. Really good stuff.
Absolutely. Bourbon, yes. Whiskey, I have to defer to Canada.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Comment of the fucking day. Yes. I could not agree less.
All right. Okay, bourbon it is then. Yeah, of course, bourbon. Whiskey, okay, go to Scotland, of course,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's like the only whiskey I won't drink is Jameson. I know everyone's going to throw bottles at me for saying that, but God damn, it's like drinking gasoline. Come on.
Most people that drink Jameson always have a lot of ice cubes in the glass.
Oh, well, shit, yeah, because they're going to get knocked on their ass. For sure. Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. Darlene says, what type of red wine, Pinot Noir or Merlot?
I would say Pinot Noir of those two.
Nice.
Definitely.
If I'm drinking wine, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Merlot is more like a Pinot Noir. If it's a good Pinot Noir, I think it's it's lighter, but it's better, I think.
So coming from a drummer, professional drummer, I have to ask, why did you opt out of having a live drummer? Is it for the organic or the more like techno sound, I guess you would say?
It goes back to if you are a small band and we could fit the whole Priest, crew into a car,
That is so true. I agree. That's the best answer I've ever gotten. I've asked other electronic bands the same question, and you actually, put it right where it needed to be.
Yep.
It's about the money. When we get
you don't have to pay a fourth person.
It's not about that, because everybody loves the sound and the energy of a drummer on stage, and we would love that too. But it's we're not there yet. But
I'm for hire.
I'm gonna remember that. But be
Please
sure you
do.
have to use some kind of pads also with samples on it. That would be
Yes,
the.
for sure.
But basically, it's like yeah, it's a matter of just cutting down the production, and it's simple with a band having a band that you don't have the expectation of having a like a live set drummer with so it's for now we're just keeping it simple, but in the future hopefully we can expand it.
Now, does the person that directs your videos, are they all the same director, or do you switch it up a little bit?
We have switched it up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have a really great director called Claudio Marino. He directed for Watain, and he also worked with Behemoth and other bands. In the dark stuff.
Behemoth is one of my all-time favorite black metal
Oh,
bands. Always will be.
great. Yeah,
That's
Claudio.
killer. Oh,
Yeah,
that had to be so cool.
Right.
yeah. But Claudio did the documentary also about Adam, about Nergal, the Nergal
Yeah,
documentary.
Nergal. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh my
the-
goodness.
yeah, and then we have some other. We have Don Swan that directed our first video, The Pit, and then we had some different an American. Courtney Sell, American directed 2 videos for the first album as well. So we had some different directors.
Yeah, there was a fan earlier in the comments that was wondering if you're going to be like continuing to work with that particular
Yeah,
director. So
definitely. We have another video already. We have 2 videos coming out. One shot by an American director, and then another one from Claudio. So we're gonna hit you with some really good stuff very soon.
awesome. So here's an off the wall question. So during your time in Germany, did you ever meet Rammstein?
Yes, we have met members, not the whole band at
Well,
once.
sure.
But I met Kruspe, the Richard Kruspe,
Yeah, yeah.
twice, once in and once out of Mask.
He is such a nice guy.
Really
Such
nice
a nice
guy.
He's amazing.
Yeah, amazing guy, and also Joey, who's drumming with Lindemann right now. I think it's American drummer.
Mhm.
Joe Letts, you might know him.
Yes.
Yeah, he was playing with Aesthetic Perfection, playing drums when we were supporting Aesthetic Perfection. So when we did the European tour, when we were in Berlin, always Berlin, then I met Kruspe Bax, and I came out with the spike here. Yeah, but then every Blue Tangle and one was backstage as well, so we had like a party afterwards, and
That's awesome.
There we go.
There we go.
That had to be fucking crazy.
It was fun. It was really fun. So all the best to all those guys.
For sure.
Definitely.
I miss being on the road. It's moments like that that makes it like, okay, this is what we. It's amazing just to be able to be part of like moments like that. But I met them during Ghost as well. Also in Berlin, they came backstage. Some of the members also. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. What has been your craziest show on tour? Like the show that just made you go, "What the fuck?"
Oh, so that will that include the old band I was in?
No, in Priest.
No, with Priest.
Okay, just with Priest. Okay.
Nope, we're only talking about you, brother.
It's with Priest. It was like it must have been. I think it was probably Amphi Festival in 2018. I think that was a crazy
Mhm.
because that was okay. Shit is going down here. It's happening. It was like a big stage, and I think we did pretty well. And yeah, it was a we were riding in a van without an AC working AC, so, and it's middle of the summer,
Oof.
so we were all like totally dehydrated, and it
Oh
was.
my goodness.
But it was a great payoff for that. Otherwise, uh, yeah, that would have been it because that was on the positive side. The worst side was like when the Technic stuff just broke down. It was in Gothenburg in 2019. It was a nightmare because it broke down like 5 times during
Oh
the
jeez,
Oh.
that's horrible.
and we didn't know what it was because like we checked everything, and it came down to one cable, like from the sound card, like didn't connect like it should, and yeah, and when stuff started to move, then was the so yeah, two parts of the coin there.
For sure.
Yep.
My goodness. So your latest single is Techno Girl.
Yeah,
So was that written like kind of like maybe loosely based on somebody you know, or like what was your inspiration for this single? And it's kicking ass too.
thank you very much. It's about it's a mix of one person I know, an old relation, ex girlfriend. But it's also mixed. It's also mixed with like the movie Tank Girl a little bit.
Ah,
You know,
okay. I
and the,
totally get that.
and the comic. But I tried to throw in some Cyberpunk 2077 in there as well. So it's a mixture of three things, I think. But what it means, I think everybody can connect to some of the
Oh,
comments.
yeah, for sure. I mean,
And
everybody's got somebody, that
yeah,
I don't know, either they got burnt by or something like that. And,
yeah.
they can really connect to it.
Mhm.
I think so, but I wanted to get that feeling along with some kind of, futuristic and also cyberpunkish thing.
Oh, yeah,
And
big time.
Yeah.
and it's also like the album is called Body Machine, and we want to present different, aspects of the EBM genre. So in this one, we went back to DAF, or maybe and one as well, if you can call that EBM. But it's in there. We try to explore the different corners of that genre on the whole album. So you're gonna hear different aspects of it and different homages on it.
Yes. So, what the fuck was I going to say? God damn it. Just lost my head because there's just so much shit coming through. So I like when I was listening to the single, and I'm like, I totally hear like almost a British like new wave, like from the 80s, like total feel like going through the
Agreed.
song.
Yeah,
And I was just like, this is so fucking good. It's
yeah.
like, man, this like kills that part of the 80s for me. And apparently, all of your fans out there too agree. Especially if they've never really heard like Depeche Mode or, anybody like that. And I'm just like, man, this is just, I could bump that every day.
Yeah, thank you.
Agreed.
Was that kind of the focus? Were you like listening to anybody particularly when you were like recording the song?
I think everybody involved will listen to old school, new wave, industrial from the 80s. But I think what we did was to try to get hold of old equipment. So when we use the bass, for example, I can use something like this. It's like the old school Minotaur. It's a remake of towers. So it's and also we borrowed old synthesizers, so we just tried
Nice.
to record it the way you did, but with computers. And big trick, the biggest trick for us, because everybody else in the genre, almost everybody else, uses a lot of delay and effects on everything. We try to make it very dry and try to really get a good sound when we press the record button, not try to fix it afterwards. We try to just, when we put down the sound, it needs to sound good from the beginning, so the
Yes.
mixing process won't be another layer on the recording. And I think that's how people did back in the 80s, because you didn't have the opportunity to go in and punch in 50 effects on every channel, you know. So it's I think to just make it more clean in the mix and get a really good sound from the beginning. I think it's
Last
what we're trying
fan
to do.
question. Sorry. There's been so many. I'm like trying to keep up with them.
We've had like half a dozen people want to know this.
Yeah, so I'm like,
inspiration
they're like
between,
beating me in the fucking head, wanting to know.
Exactly.
We want to know the inspiration behind Time Traveler.
Yeah.
Time Traveler.
Oops.
Oh, whoops. Okay. Yeah. Wow. I think that was like a stream of consciousness song. It was not.
I was
really-
fucked up. I saw all kinds of crazy shit. This is what happened.
Pretty much.
I could feel that one.
I think it started with a melody. It was like, okay, and then there was like, some people think that I'm a time traveler. Some people think that I'm a time. And then you try to fill it in with some really, try to get some deep, but it was try to make it feel real, you know, and also like the chorus is like, when the future is falling apart, I make the dreamer into a believer. It's, I think everybody can connect with that, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
It's,
across the board.
Yeah, I think it's that's what you have to go on. Otherwise you just give up. You can't give up. You need to just keep on going. You know.
Exactly.
That's I think is the point with Time Traveler. You can go back and forth, but thinking of the past and thinking of the future too much will make you fucking explode. Your head explode. So just keep it in the now.
Absolutely. Oh man, definitely. You know, anytime you look backward, it's going to keep you from moving forward. So, you know, that message like should ring true to fucking everybody.
I hope so, and I hope the song will get a. It has a lie. Some people understands it, but I think it's in the future. My hope is that it will grow a little more, you know, and when we can start playing it live, it's I hope we can present it in another way also.
Oh, for sure. And apparently that song has touched as many people that have been watching this whole time. I'm like looking at all the comments here. As like they all said, like, it helped me, it put me in a better place. So I mean, if that's a testament, you know, to your songwriting ability, man, it hits right home every time.
That's the top what you can get right there.
Yes,
that's if that's the connection you can make. I'm just humbled for that, but I think also like in the some lyrics, because I also use music as therapeutic, you know.
Right. We all do. Shit. Yeah, so, for sure.
Of course,
it helps us like from day to day.
Yeah, definitely. It's crucial. It's crucial. You know, you have to have it, and it's. I try to get some therapeutic stuff in there, like based on own experiences. So, but don't want to make them too personal. You know, in your face personal. So, try to make it more generic in
Mhm.
how you present it. And sometimes science fiction is a really good way of describing stuff that you can't wrap your head around, like in the present. Then you can use sci-fi to just coming in there, you know.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely. Man, it has been an absolute pleasure. Before we get into the final thoughts, we're going to roll one more commercial. Just all of us here at Three Witches Entertainment want you to check out the merch that we have. If you like what you've seen and any of the other awesome programming, check out our merch store.
Do it.
That's right. On Terrible Tuesdays, if you want a glimpse or some advice about your future, your past, or your present, check it out. We do live tarot readings as well as um,
You do.
Mischief's electric chair. What's that?
Said all sorts of other shit.
Yeah,
All sorts of other shit. Absolutely. As well as the shred. Because we're no longer the morning shred. We shred whenever the fuck we want to do it, and we make your asses laugh. So if you're on the job or you're having a bad day, guaranteed we will fucking make you laugh your ass off. So
Absolutely.
always tune into that. And obviously, Reaper's 6 Feet Underground show, where we bring you the best in the underground, as well as actors and directors of horror films as well. And like I said, I mean, we're just honored to have the Puppet Master tonight. So
absolutely,
man,
honored to be
can't thank
with
you
you
enough.
guys.
That's for damn sure. And we will be revamping Sunday nights pretty soon, as soon as we get our schedules figured out. So
yeah,
just tune in to us for updates. So, final thoughts that you want to punch home to all the fans watching you right now, as well as Three Witches Entertainment fans who might not have known you, but now they do. And I bet you they're going to follow your shit because you rock.
Thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure to being with you guys here, and the opportunity to be to meet you all. What I want to say, it's crazy times. The album has been a little postponed, but it's gonna be out there. It's called Body Machine. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. It's gonna continue the heritage of 80s EBM, electronic body music, and with a tinge of melodic pop music as well on top of that. But you're gonna get the darkness underneath as well. So we're hopefully also gonna be over in the States this fall, and
yes,
be sure to check that out. And buy a fucking ticket so we can rock your ass. But
if you're anywhere near here, I'm definitely getting the damn ticket.
Yeah, I mean, I'll buy the VIP package. I don't give a shit what I have to do.
What'd you say?
You guys just keep us mailed, or what you say, and you get in for free. I would love to meet you guys away from keyboard, So it's, of course,
Man,
So much.
we just got blessed.
You
Hello.
did.
And everybody stay true out there, and I don't know if the corona is over, keep safe or whatever, do what you have to do. But we're coming over, and we'll see you guys over there. It's,
Oh man, it would be an
Can't
absolute
wait.
honor to meet you in person for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
likewise.
Definitely.
And like I
Oh,
said,
this is
thank
gonna-
you for taking the time.
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure. The pleasure's all mine.
Oh, most def. So keep your eyes peeled to Three Witches Entertainment for all the upcoming programming. And thank you so much to the Puppet Master for joining us today. Thank all of you out there in the comments with your awesome fucking questions.
Absolutely.
And, just making this whole experience interactive. Share the fuck out of Three Witches Entertainment. We are going to be bringing you so many upcoming surprises that you're going to want to stay tuned. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, you name it, we got it. So, as always, stay heavy.